traders, FXPIPCOLLECTOR here. Today is Wednesday, August 30th, and welcome to today's live stream. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for coming. Definitely like and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Makes a huge difference to push my videos, live streams, and other stuff out to new members. So definitely do that if you have not done so already. And also, if you have not done so already, definitely check out my Discord channel because it is 100% free to join. You never have to pay a dime on my Discord channel if you do not want to. I do offer a membership program, but you do not have to join it if you do not want to. You can stay a free member for as long as you wish. So the link for my Discord channel is in the chats. I also will be doing a giveaway, which is actually sponsored by one of my Patreon members on Friday's live stream, and I will be giving away a 1-month membership to my premium service. So definitely, in order to participate in that, you have to be a member of my Discord, and you have to go to the giveaway channel and click on the emoji, and for your chance to win a 1-month membership to my premium service. If you are interested in my premium service, it comes with a 35 video trading course, 7.5 hours of content. I do a 20-30 minute live stream every single morning where we cover all the dollar pairs, all the yen pairs. I tell everybody in my group, all the Patreon members, exactly what time frame I'm looking to trade, what direction I'm looking to get in, what entries I'm looking for, what pairs I think are going to be the best and worst to trade, and basically everything except for the exact entry itself. So if you're interested in participating in these morning meetings and you want access to my trading course, then definitely check that out. So anyways, we have dollar news coming out. So in less than 15 minutes now, we have this ADP dollar, the non-farm payroll dollar news. This is just the estimate. The real news for this comes out on Friday, but the GDP is definitely a big news event, and that comes out shortly afterwards in about a little less than 27 minutes or so. And later on today, we also have some more news for the dollar. So it not only is it Wednesday, and Wednesday is definitely one of the better days of the week when it comes to volatility, we also have some pretty decent news today. So let's check out the dollar, see if we can figure out what the most likely thing to happen at the dollar news is going to be. So let's see. So I'm on the daily time frame. We might as well start on the daily, so that way we don't have to do the full top-down analysis. So the daily time frame, like I've been saying for quite some time now, is going to be the time frame that eventually shows us the end of this trend right here. Now, we're going to know that this trend is over when we see a break of structure to the downside. We do not see a break of structure to the downside yet, so I have no way of knowing whether this trend is really over or whether it's actually going to end up continuing up. My initial thoughts on the dollar were that it was going to continue up to one of these higher fib levels, which I still think is probably the most likely scenario for this to end up completing this ABCDE pattern, probably all part of a wave 2, and then eventually head down for a big wave 3. This should be a 1, this whole move down. This is like an ABCDE of 2, and I believe eventually we're going to go down for a big wave 3. But not until we finish off this wave 2. So going down to the FXPIP. So going down to the 4-hour time frame is where you can see this current move down that we're getting. Now, like I said, no break of structure tells me that there's no reason to believe that this is going down in a big way, at least until we get a break of structure. I am definitely still looking at this move down as possibly being a crescent to this move up, and I'm still looking at this as at the news possibly continuing the uptrend. So let's keep going down to the 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, we got a very impulsive down. I think it's either a wave. I personally think it could be a wave A, but it definitely could be a wave 1. This right here is a crescent. I think it's either a wave B, which I do believe it is, or possibly a wave 2. I think what's going to happen is that the first initial news is probably going to cause this to go down, probably make a double bottom right at this fib level, and that's going to be the end of a wave C, and it's probably going to continue the uptrend. Now, on the other hand, if the news does cause this to go down and it does cause it to break this 100% fib level, that means that the daily time frame trend is most likely over that I was just showing on the daily. Because like I said, if we get a break of structure down, that means this whole trend right here is over. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily that it's a complete trend reversal, but we do know that it's at least going to make a crescent that would be someplace between 38 and 78% of this whole move up, which either way, whether it's a trend reversal or whether it's a crescent, should be a very good move to the downside, a really nice move to the downside. So going down to the shorter time frames, I do see there's a very good chance this could be a wave C. Now, I don't know for sure if it's a wave C, but it does look like it possibly is. So let's go look at the other dollar pairs and see if that would make a lot of sense on the other dollar pairs or not. So let's head up to the daily. We're going to have to kind of cruise through these a little bit on the fast side because we do have news coming up. So on the daily, we definitely have a very big impulsive move up at a Fibonacci level and at this trend line. So that is a pretty significant area. But just like the dollar, I don't really see any significant break of structure. Going down to the shorter time frames, I mean, we definitely have a break of structure here and a break of structure here. But really the important break of structure is right here because that's where the series of lower lows, lower highs started. So on the euro dollar, really the important structure break is way up here. And to me, it still looks like this could be a correction because of how overlapping it is. Now, like I said, just like on the dollar, if it makes an impulsive move up and breaks structure, then that's going to change my mind. I'm not going to be a seller anymore, but instead, I will be a buyer for the continuation of the uptrend. So taking it down to the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, we do have a break of structure right here. That's definitely pretty significant. I think that this is probably not quite over yet, but if it goes up and makes like a double, triple top, and then later on turns down, maybe at the second round of news, then I think that's going to be the end of a correction. And at that point, I definitely would be going short for the continuation of the downtrend. So that's definitely what I'm looking for that. Let's go look at the pound dollar because the pound dollar also is actually even looking more convincing that it might be a bigger turn to the upside. To me, this looks like one trend. This looks like an ABC correction and it looks like another trend. Kind of looks like an ABC that went down to the 50% extension and made a very impulsive move up. If this is the end of an ABC, then this is going to keep on trending up and continue the higher time frame uptrend. Which we don't really know if that's for sure the case or not, but it definitely is looking pretty impulsive. And I do see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here too. So we have a break of structure, which tells us that this whole downtrend is over. Now, there's a couple possibilities. Either this is going to be a correction to this move down, and it's going to do that. Or if this really is the end of a wave C on the daily, then it's going to spend the next couple trading days trending up very, very nicely. So the fact that we have a break of structure definitely does tell me that we should probably be looking for buys right now. But with this news coming out, we do have to be a little cautious because if it goes down, if it breaks structure, that will most likely be the end of a correction and that will most likely be the continuation of the downtrend. But I would have to see a pretty significant move to the downside and a pretty nice break of structure to really believe that that is the end of this pattern and that we're going down for the continuation of the downtrend still. Honestly, the more I look at some of these pairs, the more I think that we might be in for a bigger turn than we might initially think. Just looking at the Aussie dollar, this looks like a trend. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We haven't really broken above structure very well yet, but to me it does kind of look like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and that it could break structure and make a big move to the upside. So looking at the 4 hour time frame, this is really the structure level I'm focused on right here. So if we get a significant break of structure today at the news, that's going to be a pretty good indication that this is over on the longer time frames and that this really is a wave 5 and that we're probably back into a big move up. So we're going to have to see if that's what it does or not, because as of right now, it definitely could go up, maybe even take out structure, but reject structure and then go down and break structure down. And if it does go down and break structure to the downside, that probably is going to be an entry to go short for the continuation of the downtrend. So I don't know if these news events are going to be strong enough to cause two reactions, which you almost need two reactions in order for that to be true. So going to the Kiwi dollar, looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like the other one, we don't have a break of structure yet confirming that this is over. But if today's news causes this to go up, if it causes a break of structure, that would tell me this whole trend is over. And if this trend is over, it's probably the end of a big pattern, a corrective pattern on the weekly time frame, and probably the beginning of a brand new uptrend. So taking it down to the 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame, we're watching our structure closely because if we get a break above structure, I'm definitely going to be turning into a buyer. I'm not going to be looking for sells anymore if I see a nice break of structure today. So going down to the shorter time frames, at this point we really don't know that for sure. If this goes up at the news, makes a double top, and then turns down sharply, starts taking out structure along the way, that is going to tell me that this is a correction and I'm definitely going to be going short, which I'm definitely still looking for shorts on this anyways. Unless it goes up and breaks this structure, I'm definitely still a seller on the Kiwi dollar. The US dollar Canadian, has also made a pretty soft turn to the downside, and this one also kind of looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here, or maybe even potentially a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but either way it does have a 5-wave shape. Now, I don't really know for sure that this is over until I see a break of structure to the downside, but if I do get that break of structure down, then I am definitely going to stop being a buyer and I'm going to stop being a seller for the continuation of the downtrend. So go down to the 4-hour time frame. Since we do not have a break of structure down yet, and the dollar does not have a break of structure down yet, I am definitely still looking at this move down as possibly a correction and then possibly continuing the uptrend. That's why I said, looking at the dollar, even though the pound and the euro has broken structure, pretty much nothing else has. And to me, this does kind of look like almost like a 3-way pattern down, a 3-way pattern up, and it kind of looks like a 3-way pattern down. Kind of looks to me like a WXY pattern, which is why if this does turn up and break structure, that's going to be the end of a correction, and I'm going to go long again for the continuation of the uptrend. US dollar Swiss. This one is actually a little bit kind of convincing too, because it has a 1, 2, 3 shape right to a Fibonacci level. Just like the other ones, we don't have a break of structure, but if we do get that break of structure, that's pretty much going to prove to me that that's the end of a correction, and it's probably going to be the continuation of the downtrend. So taking it down to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, like I said, no break of structure tells me that this move down very easily could be a correction. This could very easily be an ABC correction right here, and the news kind of seems pretty likely that the news is going to cause this to continue the uptrend, honestly. So, taking it down to the 1-hour time frame, to me it looks like a downtrend, like a wave A. It kind of looks like a WXY too, because look at this. 1, 2, 3 waves. 1, 2, 3 waves. 1, 2, 3 waves. If this turns back up, that's probably going to be the end of a WXY pattern as well, and probably going to be a nice entry to go long. So taking it down even more to the US dollar yen. US dollar yen made a pretty soft turn down also, and it does have also a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape, so I don't really see any proof that this is over, and I actually still kind of believe this is a wave 3, and if it really is a wave 3, then it will make a higher low and it will keep on going up. But if the market proves me wrong by going down and taking out structure, I'm definitely going to stop looking for buys, and I will start looking for sells again. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, to me it looks like impulsive down like a wave A. It looks like a wave B. It kind of looks like it should go down again for a C and then go back up. Like I was talking to my members this morning in the morning meeting that I do every single morning, to me it kind of looks like this could be a motive wave correction. If that's a motive wave correction, because this looks like a trend, this looks like a correction. It almost looks like this is a 1 and a 2, and then we're going to go up and make a big wave 3. So, we do have news coming out, like now, don't we? Yeah, I was going to say. Let's see what happens. It would make, let's see, let's go back to the dollar. We need to either see a break of structure down below here to confirm that we are in a downtrend, or we need to see a bounce up confirming that we are still in an uptrend. So we really kind of need to see what happens over the next little while to see what happens. US dollar yen's going down, gold's still going up. I think gold is the end of a correction. I think the gold, the pound, and the euro are the ones telling the correct story. Let's see what happens on this news. Let's see. Like I said, GDP is almost a bigger news event than this one that just came out, so I personally think we're going to have to wait until the GDP comes out in 15 minutes before we really make too much of a decision about whether the dollar is really going up or not. I personally think this is going to be an ABC correction, and I think that the dollar is going to go back up. But I definitely could be proven wrong about that, and like I said, if I am, I definitely will not be a buyer anymore on the dollar, and I will turn into a seller. Go with the flow, you just got to constantly go with the flow. Like I said, this kind of looks like a motive wave correction. It kind of looks to me like it could keep going up. Now let's look at gold, because gold I think is the one that's really telling us the story. Look at that on gold. I can pretty much say that that is not a correct. That move up right there is not a correction, I don't think. And look at what we have. We have 1, 2, 3 ways down to a Fibonacci level. It looks to me like the end of a correction, and I know that my chats will probably get blown up because everybody's saying that gold's going down to a lot lower than I do. I'm pretty much the only one that I think thinks that gold's going up to 2200 and beyond. But the reason why I think that is because of what I see on the charts. 3 ways down, impulsive up. And on the weekly monthly chart, look at the weekly. I mean, I know this candle hasn't closed yet, but look at the 3 ways down, impulsive up. That looks like the end of a correction. It looks like an entry to go long. Look at the monthly. Look how corrective these candles are on the monthly. Now you got wicks on both sides. I do believe this is a correction, and I do believe that gold is going up still. Like I said, a lot of people disagree, but that's okay. I don't mind that at all. So, gold, I am definitely looking for longs on gold. This morning I told my members that if you get a break of this trend line, which I don't even call it a trend line, I call it a correction line, but if you get a break of that line, then it's going to be an entry to go long. So anybody that was in my Patreon group this morning that watched my morning meeting is probably long right now and probably raking in some profits on gold. Because, like I said, I go over all the dollar pairs and all, including gold, and all the yen pairs every single morning at 9:15 a.m. UK time. I tell everybody what I think is going to be the next entry, what time frame I'm looking to enter on, what direction I think we need to be entering, what pairs I think are going to be some of the best ones to enter on. This morning we said gold, if it breaks this trend line, is going to be a nice entry to go long. That is a nice entry to go long. There's no disagreeing about that, that's for sure. So, like I said, if anybody really is interested in joining my Patreon service, the link for that is in the chats and in the description. And you do get a lot for your money because it comes with a trading course, it comes with morning meetings, it comes with a member's forecast on all the dollar and all the yen pairs, including gold. It comes with some educational information, and I do a Zoom meeting twice a week, 2-hour Zoom meeting twice a week on Tuesdays and on Thursdays where I teach my strategy. So if anybody's interested, definitely check out the link for that. You get a lot for your money. But like I said, nobody has to join my membership. You are more than welcome to join my Discord 100% for free and stay a free member for as long as you like. So just remember, you do not have to join my Patreon if you do not like to, but you can if you want. Now, like I said at the beginning, I am doing a giveaway on Friday's live stream, and actually this is sponsored by one of my members who is a premium member who was very satisfied with the service. So he asked me if he could sponsor a member for 1 month and do a giveaway. So Mark, if he's in the group today, I don't know if he is, but Mark sponsored a 1-month membership for somebody. So somebody is going to get a chance to win a 1-month membership on Friday's live stream on September 1st. So in order to join the giveaway, all you have to do is join my free Discord channel, click on where it says welcome, go to giveaway, and then click on this little badge right here. If you click on that, then that gives you a chance to enter the giveaway. And right now we only have 28 entries, so really you have a pretty good odds of winning. And if you already are a member of my premium membership, then you will get a 1 month for free. So definitely check that out. Like I said, you have to be a free member of my channel to join, but it is 100% free to join. So let's see what's going on with the dollar. Yeah, it's sitting at the 78%. I think that GDP that we got coming out in 10 minutes is going to tell the story, that's for sure. Let's go look at the yen pairs while we're waiting for that second round of news to come out. Oop, I didn't correct this one like I did the other pair. Sorry, I got 2 sets of charts I run, one for my members and one for my videos. So I think it's pretty clear that this is back into an uptrend. I think it's pretty clear that that move up is not a correction to the move down. I think the trend is still up. I think it's going to keep going up. I am definitely still looking for longs on this for sure. So if we see 3 ways down, I would be going long at the end of the correction for the continuation of the uptrend. Same thing on the pound. I think the pound has already made an ABC because this is a trend, this is a correction, and this is a trend. I think this is like a 1. I think this is a 2. I think this is going to keep on going up for a wave 3. So I'm definitely looking for longs on all the yen pairs. The Aussie yen is actually starting to gain some strength. I would like to see a pullback to go long, but I am definitely looking for longs, and there's been some pretty nice entries over the past few days on this pair. Wow, look at the Kiwi. Kiwi's very strong. Definitely looking for longs on the Kiwi. I think we're going up on the higher time frames. I think we finally got the end of this correction on both the Aussie and the Kiwi. Looks like to me the end of an ABC correction on both of them on the daily time frame. That tells me that I'm going to spend probably the next couple of weeks doing absolutely nothing but looking for longs and probably building a position to the long side for the continuation of the uptrend, for sure. CAD yen tried to make a move down, didn't it? But I don't know if I trust it anymore. I don't think it's gonna, I personally don't really think it's gonna work out. I think it's gonna go up again. I mean, originally I was thinking that this was the ABC and it was gonna go down and then back up, but I think now that this is the ABC right here, and this is gonna probably just keep on going up and make that wave 5 that we've been expecting. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 waves down. I bet this is gonna make a long entry. And the Swiss yen, definitely looking for longs on the Swiss yen also. Look at this correction. 1, 2, 3 waves down, impulsive up. That right there is a very, very clear correction. Very, very clear. So that's what I'm looking for now. 1, 2, 3 waves down, impulsive up, entry to go long. So definitely still looking for long entries on all the yen pairs, definitely. Let's go see what the S&P 500 is doing. That's a good point because that's probably going to be affected by the news today also. So if I expect that the dollar could possibly keep going up, then I should suspect that the S&P 500 is going to go down, which is exactly what I think. I think this is a downtrend. I think it's a wave A. I think this is an A, B, C, or B. I think this is going to go down, make a C, and then I think it's going to go up, probably to make a wave 5. I personally think that the S&P 500 is going to go up probably over the next couple of months, make a new high, and then probably sometime next year, maybe January, February, March sometime, probably around the election, it's going to go down to probably at least $3,200. That's my prediction on the long-term outlook. Short-term outlook, I think this is an A, B, C, and I think it's going to go up again. So going down to the 4-hour, yeah, look at that. We're sitting perfectly at the 61% right now. This is a very messy trend, but it's definitely a trend. This is an A, B, C of wave B. This is a big downtrend for wave A. I think we're going to go down for wave C, personally. Probably today we're going to probably start that wave C. Is my prediction. Look at that. I think we're in a wave 5 right now. It's going to go up. It's going to retest this high, and then it's going to go down. It's going to break structure at the 61%, ending a wave C of wave B, and most likely continuing the downtrend, which lines up perfectly with my dollar analysis because I think there's a good chance the dollar could keep going up, which means there's probably a very good chance that this is going to also keep going up. Let me pull this out so I can check my charts just in case I need to. Like I said, I do trade my own analysis, even though I do trade a longer time frame probably than most people do. I'm not really too much of a scalper myself. I like to enter a trade and stay in that trade for a few days, maybe even a week or two if I can. But during these live streams, I've missed entries before, so I always try to keep an extra chart on my second screen just so I can keep an eye on things. Because I don't want to be live streaming and miss my entries. Hey Mark, how's it going? I was just talking about you because we were talking about the membership I'm giving away on Friday that is sponsored by Mark. So Mark is sponsoring that giveaway on Friday, so definitely join Discord and enter for your chance to win a 1-month membership. We currently only have 34 members, so definitely join up. Click this little badge right here for your chance to win a 1-month membership to the premium service. Sponsored by Mark. So thank you for that, Mark. That was really nice of him, definitely. So let's see. Let's get back to the dollar and see what we think. Because that GDP news that's coming out in a few minutes, I think, is a better news event than the one that just came out. We have about 3 minutes. I personally think that we're in a wave C right now. I think this is an A. I think this is a B. I think this is a C. I think it's going to respect the 78%, go up, break structure, and probably continue the uptrend. One of the major reasons why I think that is because of what I see on the whoops, I'm on the wrong chart. There we go, sorry. US dollar pairs, there we go. So one of the major reasons I think that is because of the higher time frames. I really doubt that the dollar is going to end its pattern right here. I mean, it definitely could because we have respected this area in the past. But to me, it seems like there's probably way too much liquidity up here for it not to go up, break this high, grab that liquidity, probably turn it to 50% and then go down. So we'll see if that's how it works out. But to me, it just seems like there's way too much liquidity up there for the market not to go up and grab it. So my predictions are that that this is going to go up. My predictions are that the euro is probably going to go down, break structure, go down, break structure, and keep on trending down. Lower lows, lower highs. Now, if this news does turn out to be negative for the dollar, that probably will change my mind, but right now, this is what I'm looking at. I think this could be an A, I think this could be a B, I think this could be a C, and I think it could go down a long ways. Aussie dollar is all the way up back to this previous high. So if the news comes out, breaks structure, I think that's going to be the end of a correction and continuation of the downtrend. Kiwi dollar, same thing. It looks like a double top right here. It looks like it's going to go down, break structure, and continue the downtrend. US dollar CAD, to me, looks like an 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, WXY. Break of structure, end the correction, and continue the uptrend. US dollar Swiss is almost exactly the same as the US dollar CAD right now, which is kind of different. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Bam, go up. That's my prediction for the news, but we'll have to see if GDP is going to be enough to do that. I personally think this US dollar yen is a motive wave correction. I think this move up is a 1. I think this move down is a wave 2. I think it's going to go up and make a 3. I think we're still in a wave 5 on the much longer time frames. And gold has already been going up, and I don't really see any reason to think it's over. So what do we got? We got about 15 seconds until the news comes out. Unfortunately, I had to watch the DXY because that one doesn't lag. The FXCM does lag quite a bit during the news. I noticed that one during one of the recent news events, how laggy it was. So I'm thinking up, but let's see. I could definitely be wrong. Let's see if GDP is going to be a big event or not. Ooh, let's see what happens. Is it going to respect that 78% or is it going to blow right through it and break structure? That's the question we had to ask. Let's see what the news was. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it did break structure, but it still kind of seems like to me like we got more up potential. Still pending. It's not even out yet according to my charts. Still pending. I think Forex factory is a little late to the sell. There we go. What is that? That's negative, right? I'm so colorblind, I have a hard time seeing that. Yeah, that's negative for the dollar. Whoops. So the news was negative for the dollar. Let's see if that causes it to go down or what. Ooh, it is starting to stretch out quite a bit, isn't it? All I really need to see is a break of structure, and I'm not going to be a buyer anymore. I'm definitely going to be a seller. So we're going to have to see. Give it a few minutes, see what happens. A lot of these pairs on the daily time frame do look like they could make a bigger turn down. Like the dollar could make a bigger turn down, and the euro, the Aussie, the Kiwi, and some of those other ones definitely look like they could possibly turn up. But for me personally, I am not a seller until the market tells me it's time to sell, and the market has not told me it's time to sell until I see a break of structure. Now that usually means that the first initial push down, I end up missing a trade. But you know what? I don't mind missing a trade because then I have a better confirmation that at the end of the next correction is a much safer, much better entry to go short. Because if I tried to go short now and then this thing turns up and breaks structure, that's going to be a losing trade. So we still don't really know for sure whether it's going to actually do that. Which pair is that, Mark? The bull trap. Oh, Powell will be mad. Yeah, Powell, who knows what he's up to? He probably doesn't really give a crap what happens. Not really as volatile as I thought it would be. So it was 2.2 and we went down to 2.0. So our GDP has definitely been dropping pretty steadily since August last year. So we've been dropping. Our GDP has definitely been dropping quite a bit, which makes a lot of sense with the high interest rates. The dollar GPT. I always say but I'm not really in the US anymore, so. Yeah, Eddie, it's starting to seem like it might go down, isn't it? How's it going, buddy? How you doing? The fact that we're holding below the 78% does kind of make me think that it could break structure. It's just like I said, the first move down, I'm not trading. But guess what? On the second move, I will definitely be in. I'll be ready to go. Because for me, the first move down is a counter trend move. I don't really trade a whole lot of counter trend moves. I like to trade with the trend if I'm able to. I think we're going to have to give it a few minutes, aren't we? We're going to have to give it a little bit of time, see what happens. The news was made. Nice. Josh is doing pretty good with his trading. He's been trading the pound long. Wow, that pound is going up a lot. I don't think that's turning again, huh? The euro is going up a lot too. The Aussie's breaking structure finally. We don't know if it's going to hold or not, but it's definitely breaking structure. Kiwi's breaking structure. CAD is not really doing much. Swiss isn't really doing much. US dollar yen is trying to go down, and gold is going up. I hope Menu got out of his short on gold. I hope he's not holding on to a loser for that long. That's a surefire way to blow your account, is to hold on to a losing trade. I'm gonna have to have him read the bigger loser, the biggest loser wins, because you definitely don't want to be entering short down here and then hold on to it way up here. Not a very good idea. Boy, it looks like the dollar is going to go down, doesn't it? Looks like we're going to get that structure break. Let's see what I got going on over here with my own stuff. Ooh, wow. Looks like I just got out of a trade too, I'll say. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, not too good there. I was short the Aussie Swiss. And it's not looking like a very good short anymore, that's for sure. So, what do we think? Ah, thank God, Menu. I was hoping you weren't holding on to that long. That was dangerous. Very dangerous. Even though it could possibly still turn, but very dangerous. I could still possibly see this turning down, but Until I see a break of structure, I'm still not convinced that it's going down in a big way, so we'll see what happens. Doesn't seem too volatile. Money team? Dollar team? Yeah. Yeah, the dollar is definitely one of my main traded pairs too, that's for sure. I do trade the yen too quite a bit, but dollar is definitely, the euro dollar really is my favorite pair by far. Hey Ricky, how's it going? Nice to see ya. Yen is still trying to push out. CAD yen is pushing down now. That's definitely moving independently from the other yen pairs. That's definitely a CAD move right there. Oh yeah, look at the pound CAD. The CAD is going up pretty strong right now. Wow. Or the CAD is going down pretty strong, I mean. Yeah, the CAD is pretty weak right now for some reason. Nice. So, I guess we'll have to see what comes about on the dollar. I guess I just had to go do our normal rounds, go look at some other stuff. We already looked at the yen pairs, we already looked at the S&P 500, so we may as well go look at our normal list. We'll go look at oil, natural gas, and we'll take some requests while we're waiting to see if this dollar actually breaks structure or not. It definitely looks like it's going to break structure, doesn't it? But we'll see. Time will tell on that, definitely. So, let's see how that turns out over the next half an hour or so, and we'll go look at some other things. And I'll take some requests from the audience since I don't really have too many requests as of yet. So, let's go look at oil, natural gas, since we haven't looked at that yet. We could probably circle back to the yen pairs if we need to. Ooh, boy, that kind of looks like the end of a correction, doesn't it? I know, that does look like the end of a correction. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Mark. I thought the interest rate would wait until... I thought the dollar wouldn't go down until the interest rate, which is in a couple weeks. That was my exact thought too, but I guess we'll have to see. That could definitely reject structure too. That does kind of look like the end of a correction, but for some reason I just don't think it's big enough. Unless it really is a wave 2. We definitely 100% have a trend with a three-wave pattern in the middle with a trend. It looks like an ABC correction. But boy, that move up looks like three waves too, though. I think this pattern is too small on the daily. I mean, I guess we did go down to the 38%, but a wave B is usually actually quite a bit bigger than that. I wonder if this is going to turn into a WXY too. 1, 2, 3 waves down, W. 1, 2, 3 waves up, X. 1, 2, 3 waves down, Y. And then back up again. Oh, yeah, really, Eddie. Yeah, you've been watching that data pretty closely. Is that pretty helpful for you? I, a few years ago, tried to experiment into that level 2 stuff where the level 2 trading where you look at data and stuff like that, but I don't really have much experience with it. So, boy, that does look like a three-way pattern, doesn't it? This looks like one big correction. This looks like a trend. Looks like we're about to break structure. I would want to see a structure break to believe it, but it kind of looks like we're getting ready to go down, make an ABC of W. I don't really think that this pattern is big enough on the higher time frames. I think we're going to see a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then bam, up it goes. Yeah, we'll go look at the euro pound for you, no problem. Let's look at natural gas. What is up with natural gas? Look at, did it break down? It didn't break down, did it? Looks like a trend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is probably going to be an A, B, C correction, I bet. It's either going to be an A or 1. Oops. A or 1, A, B, C of 2 or B, and then probably go down for either a C or a 3. And I don't like that big gap right there. Oh, it does have a 5-way pattern though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's pretty accurate that this is an A. This is probably an A, B, C right now, or B, and then I think we're going to go back up to like the 61 for a wave C. That does look pretty clear now in hindsight. You know, it definitely didn't look too clear last week, but I think it's starting to get pretty clear again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, and then down again. Let's see. EU doesn't want to break. Oh boy, I got into a couple of crappy trades today personally on some other pairs that I don't normally trade. The Aussie, what is it? The Aussie Swiss is definitely going to be a loser if it's not already. I think that's pretty clear. Yeah, I would say it's definitely time to close that out. Yeah, that was no good. Aussie Swiss short and Euro Kiwi long. Both of them. NFG. Yeah, I closed Aussie Swiss today, just now. I don't mind taking the loss. It was all within my risk parameters anyways, so no big deal. But I went long on the Euro Kiwi today. Was it today or yesterday? I don't know. Whatever day it was. And that didn't turn out very good either. So, we'll see. That's okay, though. We already looked at the S&P 500. Let's go look at Bitcoin. See if this move is holding or not. This all looks like a wave A to me. This looks like an A, B, C, or B. This looks to me like it's going up. I still think the 35 or the 42 is going to be where this ends up. We could probably do a projection too. Yeah, they can be a little tricky sometimes. Oops, that's not the one I want. Some people don't even trade the US dollar in the group. We have a few members that barely even trade the US dollar. They just trade other pairs like the Aussie and some of the other pairs. They do pretty good at it, but the thing I like about the dollar is that all the dollar pairs are so well correlated that it's easier to figure out the patterns because you have such good correlation. And the same thing with the yen pairs, you have a really good correlation between all the yen pairs. So this 100% lines up pretty closely with the 50%. I still think that we're going up some place between $40,000 and $42,000 on Bitcoin. The question is, are we already going up or not? That's the real question. Kind of almost looks like it could try to go down again, but that's a very impulsive move up. You would think this would go up now. It looks pretty corrective, that's for sure. We're not even to the 38% yet, so definitely no reason to think this move down is not a correction. You might even be able to go long again if you see an impulsive move up at a fib level. Probably a wave 1. Probably like a 2 and then a 3. Bitcoin spot EFT application is pending. Huh. I don't personally. I've never traded Bitcoin. I own $100 of Bitcoin, which is actually worth probably about $80 now, and that's the only Bitcoin I've ever bought or owned or anything. And I didn't even buy it. I got it as a bonus when I joined public.com so that way I could build a T-bill ladder with some money that I'm sitting on. I'm sitting on some cash because next year I want to build a property in the U.S. and I already have a property in the U.S., but I want to build a second property so that way I can have multiple rentals. And I'm sitting on some cash, hoping that interest rates will go back down maybe within the next year or so. And maybe I won't even need the loan anyway, so it won't matter. So since I didn't want to just sit on the cash, I built a T-bill ladder, a 6-month T-bill ladder with some bunch of money I had. And I got a $100 Bitcoin bonus that I'm just sitting on. I'm not really going to do anything with it. So let's see, what else do we got? Somebody wanted us to go look at the euro pound. I was looking for longs on the euro pound. I guess we don't really have a break of structure, like an important break. We don't really have an important break of structure yet. So it definitely could still possibly go down again, I guess. It looks like a trend though, that's for sure. High, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. I would personally be looking for longs until at least I got a break of structure to the downside. Hey John, how's it going? Yeah, we can go back to the yen pairs. We looked at them, but not very much. We just looked at them quickly. Yeah. To me, that looks like a correction. It looks like it's going to go up again. I think I would still be looking for longs. Aussie Kiwi, yeah, no problem. So I'm definitely still looking for longs on that, for sure. Ugh, don't want to look at that anymore. Let me check my chats. Let's stop at the dollar pairs on the way through and see if there's anything going on. Yeah. I would say at this point it probably is going to break structure, isn't it? We'll have to see what that turns into over the next day or so, because I need to see it break and hold below structure. If it rejects structure, that could be a different story. Yeah, T-bills are safe money right now. That's why I figured it would be a good idea to build a T-bill ladder. So it only makes me like a couple $100 a month, maybe about $250, $300 a month, but it's a lot better than the interest rates that I'd be getting just letting it sit in my savings account. Ooh, look at that, we're about to break structure. I don't know, that could be the end of a wave E. I still think that we might go up again eventually, but we'll see. Yeah, safe money right now is definitely in T-bills. But I only bought 6-month T-bills because if the interest rates do start to go down, I'll probably just find some other place to park my money. Maybe put in the index or something. Or maybe just build that house that I want to build in the U.S. That's kind of what I did with my trading money. Is I took a lot of my trading money out, and I bought a rental property in the U.S. about 3 years ago. And I have no mortgage, no payments, no nothing. All I had to do was pay taxes and renter's insurance. And my 1 month of rental income pays for my taxes, and a half a month's worth of rental income pays for my insurance. So that means I get about 10.5 months of rental income that is pretty much free. Free money, in a way. So, yeah, that dollar's moving pretty good. Oh, really? What's Ethereum look like on the charts? Ooh, that looks like the end of a correction too. That looks like 1, 2, 3 waves down. It kind of looks like it almost could go down one more time, but it looks like a correction. It looks like it's going up. Yeah, I would be looking for longs on Ethereum still for sure. You're using it more as an investment than a trading platform, but it's still looking pretty good. So let's see. Somebody wanted us to look at the yen pairs. The euro yen is still going up nicely. Yeah, we're about to make a new high. US 30. Yeah, we could probably check that out. I don't know. I think the euro yen is just going to keep on trending up. My target for the euro yen is still 165. That's been my target. You could watch my euro yen videos from probably 8 months ago, and my target has been 165 ever since then. Maybe even longer than that. Maybe almost a year ago at this point. So just makes me imagine, what if I wasn't really trading the market, but instead I just invested, and every single time I saw a pullback, I just got in, got in, got in, got in, got in. Never sold, just kept on buying the whole way up. I would probably be doing pretty good right now with something like that. So I'm definitely still buying the euro yen. There's no doubt about that. The pound yen, all the yen pairs. Aussie yen, Kiwi yen, CAD yen. All of them. Definitely still looking for buys. Where's the dollar up to? Looks like it's breaking. What's the 5-minute look like on the euro? Oh, definitely trending, that's for sure. Yeah, that's probably pretty close to the right time frame too. Maybe the 3-minute. Because we see high, low, high, low, high, low, high. It's probably not even over yet. Yo, US dollar definitely broke a long time ago. That's impulsive too. I think we're going up again on. I think these monthly, weekly time frame trends are back on. I think these trends are back. This is another thing. You can watch my Euro US dollar videos from probably 6 months ago, and I've still had the same target this whole time, which is probably either the 161 or the 178. Same thing on the pound. Something like that. Aussie dollar, WXY. I think this is going to go up and make a wave Y, take out these highs, probably about the 0.082 area. Kiwi dollar, same exact thing as the Aussie dollar. Going to go up, take out this high, probably right around the 0.76 area. Maybe someplace between the 0.74 and the 0.76. US dollar CAD, I still think this might try to go up a little bit, but I still think that this is going to go down, take out these lows. My target on this is probably around the 1.1800 area. US dollar Swiss, you got to zoom out to see what I would think, because I still think we're in a wave 3. I think my target on this is all the way down at the 0.7, 0.72 area. The US dollar yen, my target is the 1.575 area. And gold. My overall target on gold is like at least 2200. Way up here. So you can watch my videos on gold too about 6 months ago, and I've been saying the same thing for 6 months or so. And when it comes to my weekly, monthly analysis, and even my daily, I don't really change it very often. I change my shorter time frame, but wow, look at gold go. Silver was actually a little bit of a leading pair on gold, and I think it was actually a little more clear because of the 1, 2, 3, bam, 3 ways down, 61.8, up she goes. I think silver's going up a lot too. I think silver's going probably to, boy, I don't know. I would like to say $47, but maybe not quite that high. $47, $48. Maybe it's more likely to go up to $36, but still, that's a big move. And if silver's going that high, gold is probably going to go a lot higher than 2200. What is it you want to know about the euro dollar? It definitely broke structure, if that's what you want to know. We have a break of structure earlier today. Very nice break of structure. This structure right here would be nice to break too. I think that would help confirm too, but we are definitely in a trend. This is a 1, 2, 3 for sure. So I would definitely be looking for longs on the euro dollar, definitely. 100%. Let's see, do we have any more requests? Doesn't look like it. Pound dollar, wow, the pound is even better. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. That's not a question anymore. I just use standard Fibonacci settings, just the ones that everybody else uses. 0, 2, 3, 6, 3, 8, 2, 5, 6, 1, 8, 7, 8, 6, 8, 8, 5, and 1. You can also use negative numbers if you want to use projections, which I do have negative numbers on here, but for me, I'm not a big fan of negative numbers. If I want to do a projection, I would rather just use Fibonacci extension. And my Fibonacci extension numbers are pretty much the same as Fibonacci retracement, except for I go to the 1.23, 1.38, blah, 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 blah. So if you want, you can pause the video or whatever and check that out. We already looked at natural gas. Hey, Vicky. Well, I guess you might have missed it. I'm starting to think that natural gas might be in an ABC, ABC, ABC. Just because the daily time frame looks like the correction is too small to be a wave B. I could definitely be wrong about that, but it's looking like a short to me. I'd like to see a structure break to help confirm it, but I think this correction is too small. I think this is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, probably 50% or something, and then up she goes. All part of a big wave B. So it kind of looks like a short. Like I said, I would like to see a break of structure, which is way down here, but it definitely kind of looks like a short. Natural gas is definitely a short. I would say for sure, but I think natural gas is probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, either wave A or wave 1. This looks like a trend to me. I think this is going to be a correction. It's probably going to go down, take out this low, and then go up, and then look like that. I think you're right as a correlated pair. Yeah, right. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense, doesn't it? And then this is probably a wave B, and then it's probably going to go down again for a C. Or maybe even a 1, 2, 3, we don't know. If you go down to the 1 hour time frame, it's actually quite a bit clearer. If you zoom out a little bit, look at that, that's definitely a short right there. I gotta zoom out a little more, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C of either wave B or possibly wave 2. Wave A or possibly wave 1. Excuse me. So let's see. Does anybody else have any requests? US dollar Swiss. We kind of already did the US dollar pairs, but US dollar Swiss, I mean, if this move holds, it's probably the end of a correction. 1, 2, 3 waves up, 50% fib. It looks kind of like it's going down. Yeah, probably a better off waiting for a long on natural gas too. I think you're right about that. Definitely. And that move down could be very short-lived. And honestly, these dollar moves could be short-lived too. I still wouldn't be surprised at all if it rejects structure, but whatever's happening now, we really do have to remember that whatever happens now is probably setting itself up for the news on Friday, because the Friday news is definitely way bigger than the GDP or really anything else that we have this week at least. Well, I guess we got PCE tomorrow. That's definitely a pretty good news event for the dollar too. Tomorrow morning we got CPI year over year for the euro. That's definitely a pretty big news event. We got PMI for China tomorrow. That's probably a good one for pairs like the Aussie and the Kiwi that have a big trade relationship with China. And Friday we got non-farm payroll. So whatever's happening today and tomorrow is definitely going to be setting itself up for the news on Friday. So we definitely want to keep an eye on that, that's for sure. Makes you wonder, I mean, what's the possibilities between now and Friday? What time is that news event? That news event is at 1:30 my time. So let's do this real quick, do a little bit of a projection since we have a few minutes. So Friday is right here at 1:30. Let's go down to the 30 minutes so we can see 1:30. 1:30 is right there. So right here is where the non-farm payroll news is. So we have to ask ourselves, whatever's happening right now is almost definitely setting itself up for the news on Friday. So what is going to happen between here and here that is going to set itself up for the news on Friday? That's really the questions we're going to have to start trying to figure out over the next day and a half or so. So, what do we think? I mean, we do have a break of structure, but it hasn't really held below structure yet, so maybe we could... it's kind of hard to project this far out in the future. Maybe it kind of looks like this is a 1, 2, 3 right now, so it kind of looks like it might keep going down. Oh, you already long the dollar. Probably not a bad idea with that structure level that it just hit. Yeah, what is going to happen with the dollar between now and this line right here, which is non-farm payroll on Friday? That's really the question we're going to have to start figuring out over the next day or so. It does kind of look like 1, 2, 3, 1. Let me see this again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I definitely tend to agree with you, Mark. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Maybe. Could that possibly be like a W right here, an X right here, and this is a wave Y? It's kind of far-fetched, but it definitely could be. I guess I'm just going to lead this line here and see what happens over the next day or so. We do have a little bit more dollar news today too. We got pending home sales, which is definitely not really that important. Oh, I know. That pretty much happens no matter what, though. I mean, whether this thing is going to go down like this, or whether it's going to reject structure and go up, the fact that it just broke this structure level, there's a ton of liquidity sitting right there, for sure. Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts too, Yana. It's either going to make a correction and then at the news go down, or it's going to break through and then... No, that's not what I was thinking. So it's either going to reject structure, go up, and then make a correction down, and then at the news go up, or possibly it's going to break structure and then make a correction up and go down. But I do like to put these lines on my charts because then I can look and see, I can just ask myself, what could happen between now and then? Could it go down, make a correction, and then go down? Could it possibly reject this structure, go up, and then make a correction down, and then go up? There's definitely a few possibilities. We're going to have to get a little closer to the news to really figure it out, but there's a few possibilities. We're going to have to kind of wait and see, I guess. So, let's see. What did that JPY break down? Oh, it's making a double bottom. I was talking this morning in my morning meeting about another possible count on this, but I don't know. It's kind of far-fetched. Like a 1, 2. This is all a wave 3. This is an ABC of 4. And now this is the wave 5. That could definitely be. It's very, very overlapping, but if this is like a final wave, wave 5s are very known to be overlapping. Yeah, we definitely got some bottoms in here, don't we? Got 4 bottoms. I mean, it does seem pretty likely that it would go up and take out structure, doesn't it? Somebody told me years ago that usually if you get 3 bottoms and then it makes a 4th attempt, usually the 4th attempt usually does break through. I haven't really back tested that myself to really enough to tell whether or not that's true. But look at this over here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 bottoms right there. And then bam, big move up. So I guess it didn't work right there, did it? Right here too. 1, 2, 3, 4 bottoms. Push up. So I don't really think you can rely on that one way or the other. But look at this too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It does look like a 5 there. This looks like a trend and a correction and a trend and a correction. It definitely could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for sure. We got a quadruple bottom too. Quadruple. I don't think I would have spelled that right if I tried. So, definitely apply that information to the other yen pairs. Yeah, what did you go long the dollar on? Yeah. Talk about catching a falling knife, though. I know you do like to catch falling knives, Ricky, though. I do know that. I don't think I would go short on that, but you like to build a position, so I definitely see where you're coming from, but I don't know. I don't think that looks like a short, but it definitely could turn into a short. I mean, I do see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways right there. I mean, it possibly could still be an ABC correction. A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I don't know. Maybe. It's definitely going down on the sort of time frames. It just broke structure, didn't it? That's a pretty good sign that it is going down, at least temporarily. Ooh, though, boy, it looks like a ABC correction. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's a pullback. 1, 2, 3 ways down. Scalping, yes. Gold is good for scalping. I do like to scalp on gold. If I do scalp, it's usually almost always either gold or the euro dollar. Because I want to make sure that there's plenty of liquidity and plenty of market movement, plenty of volume. But yeah, it's nice short right now, isn't it? Definitely. We got a lower high right there. Pretty nice indeed. So does anybody have any more requests that we need to get to? Is that pretty much it, or what? Let me check the chat, see if anybody wanted anything. Oh, euro short is what you entered, I can see. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's any more requests there. So if anybody wants me to look at something, we can spend a few more minutes looking at some stuff. We're going on to about an hour and 10 minutes right now, but that's okay. We could spend a few more. If anybody has any more requests, let me know, and I would be happy to take a look. In the meantime, if you have not done so already, definitely like and subscribe to my channel. It makes a huge difference to push my content out to new members. And make sure you come back and check out my live streams, which are normally on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, unless there's a big news event like today there was, so I did an early live stream. And Friday I will be live streaming at 1 p.m. UK time also, because we have non-farm payroll on Friday, so we definitely want to be trading for that and watching the markets together for that. So, seems like a pretty quiet group. We could hear a pin drop in the chats. We got 51 members. Nobody wants me to look at anything. Then I'll probably end up ending the live stream. Oh, we got 51 participants, that is. So, let me pitch this one more time, and then if there's no more requests, then I guess I'll call it a day. But if you have not done so already, definitely join my Discord channel. It's 100% free to join. We are also doing a giveaway on Friday's live stream. Towards the end of the live stream, we'll be doing a giveaway, which is sponsored by one of our members, Mark. And we will also... And also, if you have not done so already, definitely at least check out my Patreon membership. It comes with a trading course. It comes with morning meetings. It comes with a lot of good stuff. So definitely check that out if you have not done so already. Hey, Yana, how's it going? Yeah, thanks. No problem. Appreciate it. I thank you for everybody for coming. Thanks for everybody that liked and supported my channel. Oh, menu, wait till the last second. If nobody said anything, I was about to end. What do you got? Ooh, it's going up pretty strong. Sugar's going up pretty strong, isn't it, menu? Wow. Yeah, we're definitely still in an uptrend on the weekly and the monthly. Kind of looks to me like an A, B, C correction. And then it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it looks like an A, B, C correction. So it's probably either going up for a wave 3 or a wave C. And based on what I see on the weekly and the monthly, it's probably a wave 3. It would make a lot of sense for commodities like sugar and stuff like that to continue to rise, because of everything that's going on in the economies and stuff with the inflation and whatnot. Does kind of resemble a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that doesn't really necessarily mean that it's over, that's for sure. I mean, even if it does go down, I would probably be trying to go long again. Which there's really no guarantees it's going to go down. My last structure level would be right here. So unless that structure level breaks, even if it does go down, I'd be trying to get long again. No, it doesn't look like a correction anymore, does it? I do think it makes a lot of sense for commodities to continue up. Probably even things like oil and stuff like that are probably going to try to continue up. Wheat. Orange juice. That was Raki asked me about that one a while back. That's definitely something I don't normally look at. It looks like it's in a wave 5 though. It looks like it should go up and make a wave 5. You might turn out okay on that short, especially if that JPY basket turns up like it looks like it could possibly do. I don't know. I mean, I don't trust it yet, but it kind of, to me, looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if we get a break of structure, that would tell me that the yen pairs are going down again. Most likely. Well, dollar made a nice move. Kind of stalled out a little bit, but I don't know. At this point, it probably is going to break below structure, I would say. Whether it makes a correction first or not is kind of the question. I think a lot of you are planning on it making a correction, since I see that some of you are already short the euro, short the GU. I don't think, a little dangerous for my blood, but that's okay. So, in a ways, I think that's it for me. It's only not even 9:30 in New York right now, so we still have a lot of market action. The New York Stock Exchange is going to open in about 15 minutes. And a member of mine used to always watch the market around the New York Market Stock Exchange. And he used to always scalp around that time, saying that there was almost always good scalps on the currencies around the New York Stock Exchange open, because people are probably trading, currency futures and stuff. So keep an eye on the market. We have several hours before New York is over. That's for sure. 5-6 hours of market New York movement. So definitely keep an eye on that. I'm sure there's going to be some more movement, I would say. At this point, I would say the dollar, I would personally be looking for shorts on the dollar, but maybe it'll make a bounce right here with that structure that we just broke. So, anyways, I am going to call it there. I will be back later on tonight for my PM videos. Tomorrow is my Zoom meeting for my Patreon members, a 2-hour Zoom meeting at 4 o'clock p.m. UK time. And then on Friday, I will be live streaming for the non-farm payroll news. So today's only Wednesday, and we have a lot of news still coming out. So definitely keep an eye on your charts. Make sure you're using good risk management, especially on these dollar pairs, because you want to live to trade another day. It's all about living to trade another day. So anyways, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the day, and as always, happy trading and good luck to everybody.